after the journey, in the Exodus, which is the journey out of Egypt, what did Moses feed this people, the Hebrews, over 2 million people? What did they drink? How were they fed? Well, they started complaining, and guess what happened? God gave them quail in the evening, and all of a sudden these quails came and just landed where they were, so they killed them and ate. And manna, which we'll be talking about today, today's subject will be about manna. What was manna? Manna was gathered in the morning. So God gave them manna in the morning and quail in the evening. Go to Exodus 16. We will be talking about what was manna and what was the story behind manna and what does manna mean today in spiritual. So Exodus 16 and 16. This is the thing which the Lord has commanded. Gather of it every man according to his eating, an omer for every man, according to the number of your persons. Take ye every man for them which are in his tents. And the children of Israel did so and gathered the manna, okay? So some more, some less. It was all according to how much you could eat. You know, God never said, oh, you're supposed to eat 10 mannas or 5 mannas. No, whatever you could eat, whatever satiates your hunger. And when they did meet it with an omer, he who gathered much had nothing over, and he who gathered little had no lack. They gathered every man according to his eating. Okay, another thing about it is that if they gathered, they were supposed to gather whatever they could eat. They were not supposed to keep any of the manna because it rots. God specifically commanded the children of Israel through Moses not ever to get extra manna, not ever to get more than what you could eat and to get it for the next day. What does that mean? Don't worry about tomorrow. God will give you food for tomorrow. God will give you your provisions for tomorrow. You worry about today's provision. Don't be thinking and stressing over what you cannot control, which is in the near future or tomorrow. Just stress over the problems that you have today. So of course they didn't listen, and they gathered more. Ooh, okay, I need more. I'm not gonna get 5. I'm gonna get 10 pounds of manna and keep it for tomorrow, so I don't have to go out and gather. I'm like so tired of going out and gathering this manna. I'm tired. I just wanna, rest tomorrow. So they will wake up and the manna will be rotten with maggots, and it was bad. However, they were supposed to get double manna on the 6th day, and it did not rot. So God only commanded manna to be gathered extra for the next day on the 6th day. So on the 6th day, the children of Israel will go out and gather, instead of 5 pounds of manna per person, let's just say they gathered 10 pounds of manna. So the next day they were not supposed to go out and collect manna because God didn't provide manna the next day, which is the day of the rest, the 7th day. Okay, but on the other days, had they done that, the manna would be ruined. They would just throw it away. What does that mean is, stop thinking about what you don't have today. That comes, God spoke to me, that pertains to money too. Sometimes you're worrying about using, that your money's gone. And, worry about today. Don't worry about how you're going to get the money tomorrow. I'm not saying live a crazy, foolish life, but sometimes we overstress about money. And God provides. If he provided today. So if he provided today, ladies and gentlemen, he will provide tomorrow. I mean, how much God is supposed to do for you to stop complaining? And that's the next message that I'm going to be talking about. He just delivered you from Egypt, and you're still complaining about what water you're going to drink. How do you get water? He provided water, actually. And he provided, bread falling down from the sky. That was also the welfare system, okay? So a lot of people will say, God supports welfare. God supports welfare. Yeah, that was a provisional thing. That was only for 40 years. And then later on, God expected them to be a capitalistic nation, to work for their food and for their provisions and for other belongings. So he did provide 40 years with manna, and And then he said, once you go to the land of Canaan, the manna will stop. Exodus 16:35. And the children of Israel did eat manna 40 years until they came to a land inhabited. They did eat manna until they came onto the borders of the land of Canaan. What does that mean? That means that don't expect everything to come easily in your life, you know. Yes, there are times that you will get help. For example, like the welfare system. You're not supposed to be on welfare, ladies and gentlemen, your whole life. You're supposed to be on it to get you up to your feet. You know, the welfare system is supposed to help you, but not be a provision your whole life. So that's what I get from this manna. And also, you're saying, what did it taste like? It tasted like coriander seed. And some theologians say it tasted like whatever your mind wanted to eat that day. We want to read about the taste of manna. It's in Exodus 16:31. And the house of Israel called the name thereof manna, and it was like coriander seed, white, and the taste of it was like wafers made with honey. Can you imagine how good that was, ladies and gentlemen? And the meaning of manna actually means, what is this? Like, they didn't know what it was. And therefore, a lot of theologians claim that it's not 100% supported by scriptures, but they say that whatever they had a taste for that day, if I wanted filet mignon, the manna tasted like filet mignon. If I wanted sea bass, the manna tasted like sea bass. If I wanted marshmallows, it tasted like marshmallows. So it's whatever you wanted. And after all that, can you imagine that they complained and said, we're sick and tired of this manna. We're tired of this manna. Give us some meat. Give us some meat. And therefore God made this wind, west wind, east wind, and all these quails came, and so they killed the quails, so they also had quails. What a great God he is. What a great God he is. Hallelujah.